Good afternoon. Today we have a very special day of the opening of the 35th European meeting of European Society of Hypertension and Cardiovascular Protection. Taking this occasion, I would like to introduce myself. I am Dr. Andrzej Januszewicz from Department of Hypertension of National Institute of Cardiology with location in Warsaw, Poland, and it's a great pleasure to welcome you today on the first day of the meeting. Also, it's a great pleasure for me to welcome Professor Reinhold Kreutz. Good afternoon, Reinhold, who is a past president of European Society of Hypertension, and also Professor Reinhold Kreutz is a director of Division of Clinical Pharmacology and Toxicology at the University of Charité in Berlin, Germany. Reinhold, it's a great pleasure that today we may talk together and depict the first day of our meeting.
Yes.
And in general, what is your impression about the first day?
First of all, I'm really thrilled to be here in Gdansk. It's such a remarkable place, historically, but also for scientific exchange. And we worked so hard, and you as a co-president of the meeting, to get this organized and to get started. So after the kickoff this morning, so we are really thrilled. I'm looking forward to the meeting because it's also an exceptional place for scientific exchange, not only our meeting, but also the city in itself and this environment here. So I'm very happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to the program during the Congress until Sunday.
Yes. Reinhold, there is no doubt that Gdańsk is a very special venue, a very special place in Poland. Just to add something from my side, Gdańsk is a place, a city of historical background. It contributed a lot to Polish and European history, and also in the early 80s, Gdańsk has changed the contemporary history of Europe because of the Solidarity movement, all activity of former President Lech Wałęsa, and also it's a very special place in Poland and in Europe in terms of scientific contribution in the field of hypertension.
Yes, but it's also a place, as you mentioned, for change.
Yes.
Because we also changed the format of the meeting.
Of course.
We have a completely new format, and we are starting actually this morning with a full program already, the first day, which is new because the working groups had the kind of a program starting on Friday usually, and it was like, I would say a modest start, but today I think we have a full program and a full start after the kickoff this morning already. What do you think? Yeah.
Of course. And I think that we changed the program beyond recognition.
Yes.
We really work hard together with Krzysztof Narkiewicz, together with you, and also together with our colleagues, Professor Michel Bournier,
Yes.
Professor Thomas Weber,
Yes.
Professor Christian Deles. We really worked extensively over 3 years, and we dedicated a lot of time to change the format, the program of our meeting, and also we clearly understood that we should follow in contemporary medicine, cardiology and hypertension with all trends, not only driven in Europe, but also all over the world.
Yes, and even beyond cardiology, cardiovascular medicine, of course, also it's reflected in the program. We are looking forward to cardiometabolic, cardiorenal,
Yes.
the whole context where hypertension plays such an important central pivotal role.
Yes. Reinhold, you should agree that we both were following academic careers. We are focusing also on teaching,
Yes.
and also we are very active both in motivating young doctors to be involved in hypertension research.
Yes.
And I think there's one completely new field and also completely new environment in our society, European Society of Hypertension, that for the first time our colleague Professor Jan Dancer put enormous emphasis together with Dr. Diana Ferraro on young investigators.
Yes.
May you comment this from
I
your
think it's
side?
such an important, we are a huge family in the ESH context, but we have to have not only grandfathers and fathers, but we have to have also children and even grandchildren. And now we see the new generation appearing, and they have a session. They had just a session as a session to come. Hypertension 2035, looking forward, and such important initiative. But also, I think you may comment on the new prestigious award that we will deliver for the first time here in Gdansk for young investigators.
Yes. First of all, the European Society of Hypertension historically is nominating almost every year our senior colleagues with very prestigious awards. For instance, we have one of the most prestigious awards named the Alberto Zanchetti Award. And we just realized that also awards of European Society of Hypertension should also go to young investigators. And for the first time, we propose and we invited the core of the very famous Polish pharmaceutical company, Adamed, with location in Warsaw, Poland, to ponder, to consider creating an award entirely dedicated for young investigators. And today there is a really great moment that on a special session driven by young investigators, we will both, together with Professor Thomas Weber and also with Professor Krzysztof Narkiewicz, and also the director and co-owner of Adamed, we will nominate one of our colleagues with this very prestigious and new award named ESH Adamed Award for Young Investigator.
Basically, after a very competitive
of course,
selection committee
yes.
application process. But let me maybe finish off looking forward this afternoon, late afternoon.
Yes.
One of the highlights of the whole meeting, I would say, but definitely today, which is the opening ceremony. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about opening ceremony.
Yes,
Andrzej.
but before I will tell about the opening ceremony.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth. It was really a moment that you was really stressed today about entering the venue of our Congress. You had stage fright at the very beginning, how everything will be organized and look in real world.
Yes, and it's amazing. Also this Amber Expo location here. Also we are very grateful to with our collaborators and the organization committee and the program committee, but also the Congress organization AIM is supporting us so much. So we are very happy to see what's going on here. Really. I'm really thrilled.
And I think that, Reinhold, do you remember over 3 years we met several times in this venue?
Yes.
We met with the team.
It was empty. No, it's
completely unfinished.
Yes.
And you remember a few times we met with the core team of directors just running the Amber Expo venue. And in my opinion, this place and this institution is absolutely reflecting the contemporary Gdańsk as a vibrant city, open for the world and open for visitors. It is
I fully agree.
Okay, Reinhold. Now my delayed answer about opening ceremony.
Yeah.
Today we have really we should have a really exceptional time because our opening ceremony will be on one of the biggest halls of the Amber Expo, and also we will have an honorary guest, President Lech Wałęsa, who will be with us. And as you mentioned at the very beginning, there is no doubt that is a historical figure. There is a person who personally embodies the solidarity movement and also is all over the world. Lech Wałęsa is associated...
Iconic person.
Iconic person, yes. This is very true. And it is the person who all over the world, you are in Asia, Africa, North or East or South America, is associated with the fall of communism. There is no doubt.
Yes.
And today we'll have an honor to host Lech Wałęsa as an honor guest, together with Mayor of Gdańsk, and also together with the Ministry of Health of Polish Republic. So it will be a very special moment for us.
And in addition, we will have a prestigious lecture,
Of course.
also of Dame Professor Anna Dominicak,
Yes.
working in Glasgow for several decades, but originally I think from Gdansk.
Yes, of course. May I comment?
Yes, of course.
I know Professor Anna Dominicak for a very long time, and Professor Anna Dominicak started her medical career at Department of, at that time, of Internal Medicine and Hypertension. At that time, this department, this clinic, was headed by Professor Krupa Wojciechowska, also a very special, iconic person in the field of hypertension. And then Anna Dominicak moved to Great Britain, to Scotland, to Glasgow, and really made an enormous, fantastic, spectacular European and world scale career in the field of hypertension. She's really, again, we may say she's an iconic person in the field of hypertension, and today she will have a very special personal address after the speech of President Lech Wałęsa on politicians, politics and hypertension.
Yes.
So I am really thrilled to
Me too,
hear
me too.
this lecture.
Thank you very much for this nice conversation, and
Thank you,
for
Reinhold.
inviting me, for having me to join you today. And
Thank you very much, Reinhold. And Reinhold, taking this occasion, I really would like to thank you personally and on behalf of all our colleagues for your enormous contribution to the meeting. And also, you was one of the first who proposed to select Poland as a venue, as a country, for the first meeting of European Society of Hypertension. And thank you very much for your enormous contribution to the meeting and extremely high dedication. I am very emotional at that moment, but really my words are reflecting
Thank you very much.
the very...
You're so kind, too kind. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.